Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a nice day today, and I'm happy to be here and meet with you all this evening. I see we have almost everybody's here in the web room, and today we're going to be talking about public speaking, public presentations, and I have prepared for you an article that talks about the basics of public presentation. I also have some useful language prepared for you in the form of short sentences or phrases. And it can be very useful sometimes to have the phrases already prepared. So we'll go over those. And then I have a unique assignment that I'm going to ask you all to do, and I'll describe that towards the end of the lesson. It's not a difficult assignment, but I'd like to give you all a chance to do a mini presentation. So, on that note, let's begin. Oh, one more thing. If I could get your attention, everybody who completed a resume for the homework assignment a few weeks ago, if you did not receive a resume back from me corrected, please remind me now in chat. And I think I've got everybody's corrected and returned. And Nina, you should have got yours today if you can hear me. Any questions, you can ask me those later towards the end of the lesson. So let's begin today with Nina. Nina, would you come online and say a few words, please?
Hello.
Hi, Nina. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
Well, I'm doing well, and I'm doing well because I like this cold weather, and it's very beautiful outside. It puts me in a good mood, basically. And can I ask you, what's positive in your life today?
Oh, I'm got at work, so it's okay. And also I received my resume, but I don't receive some answers about cover letter from you. I asked before.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good that you're asking me about that now. I'll look at your email again and make sure that I get you the answers.
I don't know what should I write in cover letter, so I wrote to you some questions about it.
It seems I recall. I've had a lot of work this last couple of weeks, so I might have overlooked it. But thank you for the reminder. I'll make sure and get some answers to you and let you know all about the cover letter.
Thank you. So, should I say something else?
No, that's okay. I just wanted to check in with everybody and hear a little bit about how they are.
I'm okay.
Thank you, Nina. Bye. Olga, would you please just come online for a moment, please?
Good evening.
Hi, Olga. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay. And can you tell me about something positive in your life that's happened this
some
week?
Positive moments in my life. Yesterday, my friends invited me to visit the theater with them, so we watch an interesting play on the Russian drama theater. Лесі Українки.
Wow. That's... Oh, okay, in Pechurska.
No, Печорска. Театральная, метро театральная. Theater of Russian Drama, name Леся Украинка.
Yes. I know where that is now. And how was the theater?
It was interesting. The play called Wind in the Poplars. So it's an interesting play, just 3 actors, and it's a story about 3 French old men that participated in the Second World War, and nowadays they live their lives in a nursing home. And it's a story, yes,
nursing home, yeah.
But they retaining a great love for life, for each other, with a humor, and they've got one common goal, 1, 2, 3, and they would like to move to the cherished purpose.
Cherished populace.
Yes, it's their crazy idea. Move on from the nursing home into the cherished populace.
Wow. It sounds like it could be a very inspiring, interesting
It's a dream,
act.
but the whole is during the whole play we laugh. It was with a lot of jokes, so it was interesting.
It sounds very interesting.
In winter, I visited last Friday. It was Lara Fabian's concert. If you know who is it.
Well, you know, Americans aren't very cultured when it comes to theater and some of the arts, so you'll have to explain it to me.
Explain what?
I don't know.
It's Lara Fabian. It's a Belgian-Canadian singer. She do not so popular in America. She popular in Europe, especially in France, and in Canada and Brazil, and not in America. Because in America you have got
Brazil.
In America you've got like her son, I remember how I don't remember her name, unfortunately.
Well, thank you. In my opinion, America needs some lessons in culture for theater and the other fine arts.
I remember Celine Dion. You've got Celine Dion, yes, and
Celine Dion.
She sing like her repertoire like Celine Dion, so she do not so famous in America.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for giving the nice summary of the theater that you saw.
Thank you.
Nice job retelling it. Okay. Well, we have a homework clip, and usually I'm just going to instead of calling on each student to comment on the homework, I'm going to let students volunteer today. I would like to get through the rest of our materials, or at least get as far as we can. Also, I know that a lot of times students are busy and they don't get a chance to watch the video clips. So today, if you got a chance to watch it, and you would like to make a comment on either of the clips that I sent, the TED Talk or the the YouTube clip about the lady in Portland, Oregon. Now is your chance to speak. So, volunteers, please. Just turn on your microphone and begin speaking.
Hello.
Hi, Olga. Hi.
Speak about the clip on YouTube.
Yes, you can see them now, the video clips. And what did you think of the clip?
I don't hear you in good way, Justin. Please, again.
Okay. I asked you about the two video clips that I sent.
I've seen
about
those,
public speaking.
On YouTube. It was more easy and interesting. Second was interesting but not so easy to understand, and unfortunately without TypeScript, without titles.
I see. So the TED Talk was. I see. So the TED Talk was easier to understand.
Was easier to understand.
YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And what about public speaking? What about public speaking? Do you ever do it? Do you ever make a public speech? Do you ever make a public speech?
Yes, about the informative speech. Yes, on YouTube.
Yes, public presentation. Yes, public presentation
Okay,
can come in many forms. Can come in many forms.
On the YouTube, they propose to divide it informative speech in the some part. For example, was presenter Lisa Suzuki, and she invited audience to visit her city, Portland, in Oregon state. So she. Oregon, yes. She divided the information about her city into 4 parts. First, what's there to see. Next, what's there to do. Third part, what's there to eat. And 4 parts getting around the Portland area. And she described every part.
Wow.
It was interesting. It wasn't so long, and it wasn't so much information. And with a humor, with an interesting presentation. And at the end of the clips, they give some advice to make a good informative speech, to give the audience specific information about times, dates, and place. For example, what can they see, when can they see, and where can they see, where can they see it. And they propose to have a fun in the speech.
Very good summary. Very good summary of the YouTube clip.
That's it.
Thank you. You did a nice job. Thank you. Thank you. You did a nice job. And so, talking about the body of the presentation. So, useful language that we can use in the body. As I said at the beginning, this, of course, will help you to achieve the 20% increase. As you remember, we are concerned with, this ties in my original statement. So ties in means connects. This connects my original idea or my original statement with the point that I'm trying to make here. So this is language to remind them of your main idea, to emphasize your main point, to stress an important issue. Next, keeping your audience with you. This is another way of saying to keep their attention, keep them interested, so they don't fall asleep. So, here are some expressions to help keep people's attention. I'd now like to move on to, I'd like to turn to the next point. That's all I have to say about that. Now I'd like to look at another perspective. This leads me to my next point. Okay. So again, everybody, I'm just going to go over the actual language today. Please read the rest of the paragraphs at home, because it's a very nice, easy to understand article about creating basic presentations. Simple but useful. So again, introduce your visual to the audience, your graph or your chart or your visual aids. You can use the following phrases. This graph shows you the figures for Q4. Take a look at this. If you look at this, you will see a comparison of our products. I'd like you to look at this. This chart illustrates the figures. This graph gives you a breakdown of. A breakdown means to explain. Piece by piece, a breakdown, an explanation. Display. Good. And sometimes, again, when we want to emphasize a specific point, or we want to make sure that our information has been communicated clearly, we can use these phrases to have a stronger impact, to make the audience absorb, understand our words. As you can see, this is very important. This clearly shows why we need to act today. From this, we can understand how important it is to our future. This area of the chart is interesting, and we can show them. A chart is our visual aid. We can point to a specific situation on the graph or the chart that is important. This area is interesting. Okay. Summarizing. So, when we listen to somebody speak, structure is very important. It's easier for the audience to understand, and of course it makes the presenter look more organized and professional. So we have special language that we use at the end of our speech or at the end of our PowerPoint presentation to let the audience know that we're coming to a close, that we're finishing. That language is, that brings me to the end of my presentation. I've talked about, and you can restate your main point. Well, that's about it for now. We've covered all the important factors that represent today's problem. So that was our marketing strategy in brief, and we repeat the main points of our strategy. To summarize, A, B, and C. This is a really important part I would like to remind you about when making a presentation, and that is when you make your conclusion, you need to tie it in or connect it with your introduction. So basically the main idea or the question that we asked or communicated in the introduction, it's repeated again in the conclusion or the summary. All right. Handling questions. All right. Thank you for listening. Very common. Thank you. So would you like further clarification on our strategy? That's an interesting question. How are we going to get voluntary redundancy? Thank you for asking. What is our plan for next year? So after they ask the question and you give an answer, we want to make sure that they understood our answer or they are happy with our answer. So such confirmation language looks like this. Does this answer your question? Do you follow what I am saying? I hope this explains the situation to you. I hope this was what you wanted to hear. If you don't know the answer, it's okay to say you don't know, but and it's better to admit not knowing something than to pretend that you know it and give somebody the wrong information. Usually, what I like to say in my presentations is, that's a good question. Can I get back to you later? Or if I'm not sure about something, I'll say, let me get back to you about that point next time, or let me get back to you about that later. I think it's the most professional way to do it. My opinion. All right. So, next, what to say if things go wrong during your presentation? Well, let me just say that in another way. Perhaps I can rephrase that. Put another way, this means, what I mean to say is, if you make a mistake. So, excellent article with some excellent useful language. I recommend that you memorize or remember some of these phrases. And I'd like to tell you about the homework now. For Saturday, I have a project for you all. And I'm going to try to paste it in the chat here. Right now, good. So, Alona might resend it to you, but I've put it in chat. And this is a mini presentation. And it should so I'd like you to present about a life hack. If you don't know what a life hack is, you can follow the link. It's very simple. It's something that we do to make our lives easier. Like maybe when you're cooking dinner, when you're washing your clothes, when you're speaking with friends. It's a little trick that we can use to make something go smoother in our life, to save time. And I would like you to use your skills, not necessarily that we talked about today, but the skills that you have to make a little presentation for about 2 to 3 minutes. So, little presentation. I don't want you all to spend a lot of time on this. I know you work and you have busy lives, so just put together a short little presentation, oral presentation, about your favorite life hack. And What is your, I would like to just, these are the main questions. You should explain, what is your life hack? How is it performed? Why is it useful? Be ready to answer some simple basic questions related to your choice. Okay. That's everything for today. Thank you all for your attention. Any questions? I'll be here for another 1 or 2 minutes. You can write me on the chat. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you on Saturday.